Snapshot by Altus is a short, one-way video response tool meant to provide an additional opportunity for schools to get to know you. Along with the CASPer test and the Duet, Snapshot is part of the Altus Suite, a multi-level assessment tool used by professional programs. In this video, you'll learn what the Snapshot is, what the interview process is like, and how to prepare for it. Finally, I'll go over some sample Snapshot questions and expert answers to help you get ready. Hi, my name is Chris and I'm an admissions associate here at BeMo. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe on whatever social media channel you're watching this from now so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. If you'd like us to help you with your Snapshot interview, click on the link either above or below this video to schedule your free initial consultation. As a quick tip, check out the timestamps in the description of this video to navigate to specific sections of the video that you're interested in. By the way, we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions, so comment below for a chance to win. In today's video, I'll be going over all the essentials you'll need to know about Snapshot, including what is Snapshot by Altus, the interview format, Snapshot Questions, how to prepare for the Snapshot interview, sample Snapshot questions and answers. There's this one strategy that will help you ace your Snapshot interview. I'll explain towards the end, so keep watching to find out. Now let's get started. What is Snapshot by Altus? The Snapshot by Altus is a short video response tool claimed to be designed to give you an additional opportunity to demonstrate your suitability for the profession. The Snapshot is claimed to help you demonstrate your personal attributes and communication skills, but the jury is out for its real effectiveness. The interview format. Once you sign into your Altus Suite account, you'll see a prompt to complete the Snapshot interview. Before you start recording your real answers, you must complete the practice session. This session includes 2 practice questions that mimic the Snapshot questions. This will help you familiarize yourself with the Snapshot format. You can practice as much as you want and play back your responses to ensure that your audio and video are clear before completing the official interview. The official interview consists of 3 questions with 2 minutes allotted to respond to each question. Once you're ready to record your responses, you can begin your Snapshot interview and the first question will appear on the screen. You'll have 30 seconds to reflect on the question and brainstorm your answer before recording begins. Snapshot gives you 30 seconds to reflect on each of the questions without being recorded. The interview consists of 3 questions in total, and you'll have 30 seconds to brainstorm and 2 minutes to answer each of the 3 questions. The entire interview should not take you more than 10 minutes. Once you complete recording a question, even if the timer has not run out, hit submit and move on to the next prompt, which will appear on the screen automatically. Be aware that you cannot re-record your response. Once you complete recording a response for a question, it is automatically saved and you must move on to the next prompt. You cannot view your recordings as responses are only accessible to programs for review during the admissions process. So make sure to use the Snapshot practice questions to get comfortable with the format. Take as many practices as necessary. As I already mentioned, the entire official interview should take no longer than 10 minutes to complete. I'm not counting your practice runs in this calculation, as you will be the judge of how many times you should run through the 2 practice questions before you begin. Since the interview is quite short, it's unlikely that you'll need a break in between your answers, but you are allowed to pause between questions for a break if needed. The Altus does not specify how long the break can last, but you should aim to complete the interview in one sitting and avoid stretching the recording over a prolonged period of time. Once you're presented with a question, you will not be able to pause for a break. Snapshot questions. Although the Snapshot may seem like another unnecessary hurdle in your long application journey, try to think of it as an additional opportunity to bolster your application. While test scores, grades, and essays give the admissions committees some glimpse into your life, the recorded responses will allow you to demonstrate your communication and interpersonal skills. Crafting responses for MCAS work and activities or writing your medical school personal statements takes weeks of careful planning, but Snapshot will demonstrate your ability to articulate your thoughts and respond to questions on the spot. In this interview, you can expect questions that you may be asked in any standard admissions interview. Typically, medical school interview questions try to reveal your character, values, and dedication to the future profession. For example, you may be asked the following. Tell us about someone you admire and why. What is your favorite book? What is an obstacle you have faced and how did you get through it? What aspect of your future profession are you most excited about? Snapshot was developed to help medical schools learn more about you, so the questions are designed based on what med programs typically want to know about their applicants. The questions you will face will not be much different than the questions you typically prepare for during your regular interview prep. How to prepare for the Snapshot interview. Although Snapshot is not an in-person interview, you can still use traditional techniques and practices to get ready. Just like anything else, you have to practice using realistic simulations and expert feedback. Firstly, you'll need to know how to prepare your med school interviews. Many students experience anxiety before an interview, especially if it's a new and unknown format. Not knowing how you come across on a computer screen may also be a concern, since you want to make a great first impression with your recorded interviews. Only mock interviews with expert feedback can reduce or eliminate these anxieties. Realistic mock interviews with expert, personalized feedback from a medical school advisor will help you work on how you come across and give you the insight and strength and quality in your responses. This feedback can help identify weaknesses, help you structure your answers, and most importantly, allow you to adopt a strategy to answer any type of question that you may encounter. Remember, it's not about memorizing your answers or trying to guess what questions you'll be asked. It's about mastering a technique to identify and answer any type of question that's thrown at you, and to do it calmly and confidently. Confidence can't be taught, but it can be developed, and it can grow with medical school interview preparation. In addition to practicing the most common medical school interview questions, which I linked to above, you should also practice with panel interview questions and MMI questions. Remember, the right practice makes perfect. The more questions you run through, the more comfortable you become with answering questions about your character, hobbies, personal experiences, and activities. Practicing these interview questions will also allow you to time yourself and work towards composing concise and clear answers. Remember, you will only have 2 minutes to read, reflect on, and answer the prompt, so timing yourself during practice is key. Sample questions and answers. The majority of the Snapshot questions will be divided into 3 categories: quirky, personal experience-based, and why this profession. Remember, it's essential to use examples when you answer the prompts. Rather than simply talking about yourself in relation to the prompt, you need to reference solid examples that demonstrate your qualities and experiences and bring your story to life. Let's go over an example of each question and how you can tackle each question type. Quirky question. What is your favorite book? Although this question would not be considered quirky coming from a friend or an acquaintance, this type of question is used in medical school interviews to reveal something deeply personal about your character. The book you choose and why you choose it will be an indicator of your values, your personality, and your outlook on life. Here's a look at a sample answer. My favorite book is probably the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. Children's books like these reveal the challenging journey of becoming a virtuous person. The author was able to capture the development of children and young adults, forced maturity, confrontation with evil, and sometimes the necessity to challenge your friends when you think they're not doing what is right. I especially related to Harry Potter because I know what it's like to grow up before your time comes. I know what it's like to be forced to take on responsibility and take care of those in need. I grew up without a father, with no siblings. My mother worked several jobs to support us. I got my first job when I turned 14. Our neighbor allowed me to help him at his farm, even though I had no agricultural experience. It was an exhausting job, but I knew I had to help my mother, who gave up so much of her time and strength to keep me fed and happy. When I felt stung by the injustices of my situation, I remembered what Harry Potter went through. He too had little family and had to take on challenges that were too big for a kid his age. But he persevered, as did I. This book and its characters taught me never to give up on what is right and to protect the vulnerable. As a future physician, these lessons will be of the utmost importance in guiding me on how to best protect the interests and well-being of my patients. Why is this answer good? The writer uses a well-known literary character to describe his or her childhood, as well as what kind of lessons he or she learned from the book. Dealing with premature adulthood, taking on responsibility, standing up to evil, being honest with your friends, etc. Notice the answer is not a complaint. The writer does not play victim. Rather, he or she outlines the valuable lessons they learned from their circumstances and how the book helped them put their life in perspective. In this answer, the book is used as a foil to reveal something extremely personal about the interviewee and what kind of physician he or she will be. Personal experience question type. What is an obstacle you faced and how did you get through it? When answering these types of questions, make sure to bring in a solid personal example relevant to the question. Don't forget to discuss how you overcame the challenge if it's a negatively charged question, like this one, and what you took away from the experience. You can always take your answer to the next level by discussing how you can apply the lesson that you learned to your future profession. Here's a sample answer to this question. I was extremely shy and an anxious kid. I remember feeling faint whenever I was asked a question in front of the entire classroom. As you can imagine, it was difficult for me to make connections with people. Even as a child, deep down, I knew that I should work on my social and communication skills, but I did not know how to go about it. One day, when my family and I were flying to visit some friends in Ohio, I came across an article in the Airplanes magazine about actor Robert De Niro. In his interview, the actor confessed that he was very shy by nature, but worked hard to overcome his anxieties by joining an acting class when he was a child. This revelation had a great effect on me. When we got home, I asked my mother to take me to the nearest acting school. I was 12 years old at the time. At first, I found acting lessons extremely difficult. I had to force myself to scream when I was told to scream, dance when I was told to dance without music, laugh or cry at will. All these exercises were completed with a great deal of effort on my part. I started to come out of my shell and felt freed from social and inner constraints. I learned that challenges can be overcome if you put enough effort and courage into whatever you do. As a future physician, I want to believe that I will never give up on my patients and look for all possible solutions to help them. I will be just as dedicated to my patients as I was to overcoming communication challenges of my youth. Why is this answer good? The introduction paints a clear picture of the interviewee's crippling shyness, as we can see as an audience how hard he or she must have worked to overcome their anxieties and internal constraints. The interviewee presents us with solid examples of challenges and goes on to demonstrate his or her dedication, hard work, and fearlessness in overcoming the hurdles. Additionally, the interviewee explains the lessons they learned from overcoming this challenge and how it will help them with their work as a physician. Why this profession question type? What aspect of your future profession are you most excited about? Start by giving a couple of examples of influential events that led you to the decision to become a doctor. Discuss 2 or 3 skills that you gained from these experiences and discuss how they can be applied to your future profession. Alternatively, you can focus on up to 3 areas of the medical profession that appeal to you and what kind of skills you possess that would relate to those areas of the profession. Here's a sample answer. Throughout my undergraduate degree, I sought to learn more about medicine as a career. Working as a medical assistant, I came to realize that different aspects of a person's life, from socioeconomic background to familial support, can affect his or her access and adherence to treatment and therapy. I found that I enjoyed the challenges of reaching out to patients and learning about them as a person so that I could address these issues. As part of my work involved educating patients on dietary changes for diabetic control, the challenge for me was to decipher the obstacles to patient compliance. The reward was having a patient returning 1 year later, telling me how I have helped him bring his HbA1c down from 8.2 to 6.5. This human connection and the ability to affect positive change in the lives of these patients further enticed me toward medicine. As I explored medicine further, I came to appreciate that medicine is not just about helping and healing. It is intellectually stimulating and exciting. After graduating, I worked as a research coordinator for the Newcastle Digestive Disease Services. I collected and analyzed data to assess the efficacy of the current management regimen for pancreatic cysts. As I sought to answer one question, countless others arose. Are we over-operating on these patients? How often does a benign appearing cyst progress to cancer? Do the pre-surgical findings correlate with the post-operative pathology? Observing the principal investigator both in the office and the operating room, I found myself fascinated by the thought process necessary to formulate a treatment plan and was absolutely riveted by the intricacy of surgery. I know that medicine, as a multifaceted discipline that is continuously evolving, will continue to captivate my curiosity and fuel my desire for lifelong learning. Why is this answer good? The interviewee gives us two solid experiences that demonstrate his or her passion for medicine. Notice the interviewee sticks only to 2 examples, but this gives him or her the ability to discuss each experience in depth with fascinating personal and professional details. Check out our blog to learn more about Snapshot by Altus. I've included a link in the description of this video so you can find the blog easily. If you'd like us to help you with your Snapshot interview, click on the link either above or below this video to schedule your free initial consultation. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, so please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. If you have any questions about the snapshot that I didn't cover in this video, let me know in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Don't forget, we are giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions, so comment below for a chance to win. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.